Welcome back to News USA. We're taking a look at a clip from the Young Turks. This clip features Ana Kasparian and a guest host by the name of Nando Vila. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Not too familiar with the gentleman, but he seems like a good guy. Just wanted to show a couple of minutes of this segment to try and make a point, and this is just an opinion. First things first, this is not a video bashing TYT or Ana Kasparian. I believe she does a great job as a reporter at her network. Excuse me. And TYT has built a very large and respectable platform, to say the least. They've got millions of viewers, so they've done a great job over there with what they do. They're a progressive network, and they push their views pretty hard. But I just wanted to take a minute to point out a couple of things. The point of this video is to show how I believe that frustration on the left can lead to what appears to be bias and points that give Trump supporters the ammunition they need to call the media fake news. I say frustration because I do believe Ana is very frustrated with President Trump. She's expressed this sentiment in the past, but to be fair, I'm not sure if she produced this segment or not. I'm just responding to what I see. Now let's take a look at this clip.
After last night's presidential debate, Donald Trump was desperately searching for any type of validation, any type of indication that he did well. And so he retweeted these ridiculous Twitter polls that were obviously taken over by his supporters. So let me give you a few examples. The Las Vegas Review-Journal asked Twitter users who won tonight's presidential.
Let's go ahead and stop it here on this first one. This is Las Vegas Review. We've got 44,094 votes. Just wanted to point these out. 44,094. Let's keep going.
Debate, and 92% of them said that Donald Trump did.
Hell yeah.
A similar thing happened with The Blaze. Donald Trump tweeted that as well.
Next one is The Blaze, 29,464 votes. 96% in favor of Trump.
And with Clay Travis, I don't know who that is, but you know, his
Clay Travis, 80,441 votes, 91% in favor of Trump.
Twitter followers also believed that Donald Trump did really well, but of course these are not like. The methodology behind this polling is not sound. Okay, so the sample is a little biased if you get what I'm saying. And the Daily Wire, something very similar happened with that, where 95% of the Daily Wire's Twitter followers believe that Donald Trump.
Another one here, Daily Wire, Donald Trump, 95%, Joe Biden 4, draw 1%, 39,679 votes. 39,679.
Did really well. Now, those sources are ridiculous. To be clear, these polls are just based on how Twitter followers feel. And because they can so easily be gamed, there is no statistically relevant specification of the sample size. The results only reveal the political bent of the audience. You guys are.
Now, I don't know who, came up with this right here. This says Charlie Nash, excuse me. Not sure who that is, but just wanted to point that out.
I already knew that, but just to be clear, these are not sound polls. They don't mean anything. And so I do want to give you the results of, the real results, actual polling that indicates that Trump actually didn't do well at all. But before we do that, let's toss to this video, because CNN had a panel of undecided voters who watched the debate, and then they were asked, hey, so what do you think? Who won the debate? Let's take a look.
All right, what I want to ask you now, this is what our viewers have been waiting for, and that is this question about who you think won this particular debate. If you can raise your hands for this unofficial vote, the official vote will come at the ballot box for president. The unofficial vote about who won the debate, who thinks Donald Trump won this debate? I don't see any hands. That's a 0. How many people think Joe Biden won this debate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many people think it was a draw? 1, 2. 2 people say it's a draw. 0 people say Donald Trump.
Real quick, if you look in this picture here, I think we can count maybe just what's in the frame right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think there was at least 2 to 3 other people that we can't see in the scene right now. So roughly 11, let's say 11 to 15 people or so that are in this poll or in this event here that's being held on CNN.
9 people, Wolf, say Joe Biden.
Curious that Donald Trump didn't tweet that video or any of the actual polls that were done on his performance last night.
Okay. That's pretty much it. That's the portion of the segment that I wanted to show. And now I want to get to the point. The CNN poll featured 11 people, 11 or so, like I said, 11 to 15, 9 who said Biden won, 2 who said that it was a draw, and no winners for Trump. On the other hand, the Twitter polls had almost 194,000 votes, and each poll showed 90% or better in favor of Trump. Here's the difference. On CNN, those guests know exactly where they are. They know they're invited to a left-leaning network. It's televised and not open to anyone except these 11 or so people. Also, in some cases, people are afraid to openly admit that they support Trump, but that's a different story. Whereas on the other hand, the Twitter polls of The Blaze, The Daily Wire, and so on are completely open to anyone, and you also have the luxury of anonymity, so you can cast your opinion without any backlash from anyone. That's a huge difference. In my opinion, just my opinion, Ana should have used a similar platform's Twitter poll to combat the polls that showed heavy support for Trump. It would have made more sense to show a poll that had a similar number of votes, or even a poll that showed a strong support base for Biden, which of course those on the right would say is bias, just as Ana stated the polls in this case were biased. That's par for the course, but at least it's level playing field. Also, bias or not, it's their opinion. In this case, it looks as if it's being flaunted that this small CNN group's opinion weighs more heavily than thousands of opinions on the Daily Wire and others. In all honesty, TYT is a left-leaning network, and if the goal is to get President Trump out of office, downplaying a poll with 194,000 responses with 90% in favor of Trump is not a good strategy, just in my opinion. If anything, what they probably should be saying is, hey guys, these Trump supporters are real, and we have to stay engaged and not let up in the home stretch. I believe that is a far more effective strategy, because the same sentiments were being pushed out by the media in 2016, and look what happened. Furthermore, it's not ridiculous to say that the more the media downplays Trump supporters like they are stupid or aren't worth counting, it could be adding fuel to the fire. Now, we're not here to tell you who to vote for on News USA, only here to help sift through the information and deliver as unbiased of a view as possible. And we thought that this situation here on TYT, is one that needed to be pointed out because it's important. We are a very short time away from the election, and this one is going to be monumental to say the least. We're all anxious to see the results, and hopefully, no matter what happens, things remain peaceful and we move forward as a country. Regardless of what happens, we'll be here to cover it. Stay tuned to News USA.